Hello and welcome to the Superintendent's Perspective. I'm Mario Salinas, Superintendent. I'm joined by our Board President, Miguel Mike Farias, and Area Director for Elementary Schools, Dalia Guzman. Today we're going to be talking about after-school programs and summer school programs. Sir, before we get going with the summer school programs, I know that the COVID update for the community,
Yes.
the number of cases on campus have been minimal,
Yes.
as all other trends in the county. Hospital rates, death rates, positivity rates at the rate of community spread, all pointing, the arrows are pointing in a good direction. As far as Edinburgh, our school district, in the last 2 weeks, we've had maybe 3 students that were identified with COVID, disease, and we've had a total of 3 teachers in the last 2 weeks that were identified with COVID. Now, the point that I'd like to make, as far as the staff, as you know, that we started vaccinating our staff, and over 90% of our staff opted to get vaccinated for COVID.
Yes, sir.
Over 90%. At first, it was about 85%, but slowly the staff got more confident with the vaccines, and more and more staff opted to get vaccinated.
Yes, sir.
The 3 staff members that were identified as COVID positive in the last 2 weeks, all 3 opted not to vaccinate. So that's how effective the vaccines are.
Yes, it is.
Out of 5,000 employees that full-time employees that we have, more or less, 3 staff members were infected with COVID, and all 3 had opted not to
Be
vaccinate themselves.
Yes, and I believe that we were one of the first, if not the first, school district to get 100% of not only our teachers, but all our employees that wanted to be vaccinated. And we didn't stop there. We went ahead and our next step was to vaccinate all our seniors, and even start going down as far as age to the 17-year-olds and the seniors. And we have already accomplished that. 100% of all the seniors that wanted to be vaccinated have been vaccinated already. And we're not stopping there either. We've also gone out and reached out to our parents from our district. And as of today, we've done over 22,000 injections in vaccine distribution. Edinburgh CISD has done over 22,000 administered vaccines. That's more than most of the hospitals out there, and that's our district. Of course, it was a combined effort of working with the county, working with the city, working with DHR, working with all these different businesses and municipalities to go ahead and facilitate the needs of our district, and not only our children, but our parents and our community. And that's a big testament of working together. And I remember we started early. We started back in December. And when we heard that we could be distributors of the vaccine, we got on the ball, we registered, and we were able to do that. So that's what creates a safe environment. That's what creates the hospital rates going down. That's what creates the positive change. Like I say, the light at the end of the tunnel getting brighter and brighter. And more kids are coming to school. The number has been steadily increasing, and that's a testament to not only our safety protocols, but also we go above and beyond that. We're distributors of the vaccine, and we get it out to the public and for the people that really need it. So, and we're going to continue that once the studies allow it for us to vaccinate younger individuals. That is going to be our priority, to vaccinate all our children. That way, everyone that's come to the district will have an opportunity to become vaccinated, and the chances of getting COVID at that point are minimal to none.
They're minimal to none now, and it's going to get even better. I know this week we received word that we received 5,000 COVID vaccines, and we turned our focus on our parents, and we invited our parents to get themselves vaccinated, and we started on our parents, a big focus on parents this week, along with with high school students that are 16, 17, and 18. We started that focus as well. And you're right. The studies indicate that the vaccines, Moderna and Pfizer, it will be sooner rather than later, that they're going to approve for 12-year-olds through 16, at which point the fact that we're providers is going to come in really, really big, handy for us, because we are, as being providers, we can vaccinate our own students.
And the beautiful thing about it is that we have RNs in all of our districts. So it will be a lot more easier and more convenient for us to meet them there at their school, so we don't have to do a drive-by. We can handle them at their school. And of course, with Dr. Garza being our COVID director, he would come up with a plan on how to go ahead and administer those vaccines. And as soon as they do that, of course, with parent consent, we'll start administering these vaccines to everybody that's eligible. And so that's a big advantage of having the availability to be a distributor and having the infrastructure that we have with our nurses in every single one of our schools to help and administer these vaccines.
Sir, another, to go past the COVID updates and onto the programs that we have for students, before we head to Ms. Guzman, where she's going to describe our summer programs to address our COVID learning losses and other programs that have been planned to address not only the COVID learning losses, but those students that need accelerated instruction because they're just very good students. They're ready for a challenge.
Yes.
She's going to describe all of that. But before we go there, I do want to say to our parents that we started an initiative this week where we're inviting our students to they've been middle school students been quarantined at home for the most part. Some of our students have opted to go to school and learn from school. But we've added to that now to get our students back to the, as you say, back to normal. We have introduced athletics for our middle school for the first time in over a year.
Wow.
We're offering boys and girls basketball at the middle school, volleyball, softball, baseball, tennis, golf, track for our middle school students to get them out of the house and exercising as it's good for the mind, it's good for the body, we think. And our students are taking advantage of that, and we're excited that our middle school students, and I was out there yesterday I went to pick up my son. He was just so happy that he's able to get out of the house, able to run around in the gym and exercise with the rest of his friends. And it looks good across the board. More middle school students are attending school.
Very good.
And I say that because I am confident that our schools are very safe. We've been out there. We've seen how safe our schools are, and offering these activities for our students, I think, is a big step to returning to normalcy.
Yes. Well, that's good, and that takes everybody working together and making it happen. And there's nothing like face-to-face learning. As with all the technology that we have nowadays, there is nothing like face-to-face learning, and that's our goal, to get back to 100%. Parents still have a choice to send their children if they opt to, but I can assure you that we're creating a safe environment when you do that, and I invite you to come out to the school. I mean, call the principal, tell them you want to do a walkthrough. Go ahead, come by, check it out, see that we're following all our protocols, and see what kind of environment your child will be in, and you will be pleasantly surprised that it is a safe environment. So I encourage you to come out and take the time. If you have a concern, come out and physically see for yourself. That way you can see and you can be assured that we're creating a safe environment for your student, your child, your son, your daughter to come and learn.
Yes, it is. Face-to-face instruction is, and I tell my son, Mario Antonio, what's the difference between being in class and being at home learning on a computer set? It's like black to white. I mean, the teachers there, the communication is like 100% better. To hear the teacher in person, it's just so much clearer. If I have a question, the teachers there.
Yep.
It's just like 100% better.
That's awesome.
And it's just a testament to that. Now, we're going to move on to the addressing the learning loss, and I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Guzman. She's going to start with the elementary programs that we have to address not only learning loss, how are we going to accelerate instruction for some of our students, and I know she has a gamut of all kinds of programs planned for all our students.
Very good.
Yes, we do, and thank you for having me today. Yes, we do have a variety of programs that are available to our students and for our parents to allow their children to come to school. And we know that for many students, they haven't been around their students. They've seen their colleagues or their peers. They've seen them on a video screen, and so we're wanting to create an environment where students can come to school and start just getting acclimated back to in-person learning. And one of the programs that we have, and the biggest program that we're going to have this summer, is our additional day school year, what we're calling our Summer Enrichment Academy. Okay. And so this academy is built and every single student, pre-K to 5th grade, is eligible to come. And we're going to have a full day of activities for our students. It's a summer, and I want to emphasize it's an enrichment academy. We're going to have activities for students. We have science, technology, engineering, the arts, and the music, all being incorporated into a full day of learning from 8 in the morning to 4 p.m. And then we will also have some core instruction in reading and math, science and social studies, but all integrated together so that students have a great time when they come to school, have hands-on activities. We're going to incorporate gifted and talented strategies, because it's not just for students who are experiencing learning loss, but also for students that are ready to move on and be able to build in that rigor in there, bring that creativity, and being able to get students back into the school climate. And of course, all safety measures are already in place and will continue to be in place during our summer programs. And this is something that we're very excited about, and we're hoping that our parents register their children. Your campus principals are already sending permission slips out so that we can see the interest in that, so that we can start hiring our teachers and our staff that's going to be available to our students for the Summer Enrichment Academy.
Ms. Guzman.
Yes, sir.
In summers past, you needed to qualify for summer school. You were either struggling with your materials, didn't pass one of the STAR tests, or you were gifted and talented, identified as gifted and talented, you were invited to participate in camps. What you're talking about, first of all, I've never heard of ADSY. Is it the first time that we have that?
This is the first time that the Edinburg School District is going to incorporate the ADSY, and this is something that our district has qualified for. Based on our calendar that we have 180 school days, it allows us, and it opened the doors to be able to bring in all our students in for summer learning.
Nice.
And so we're very excited to be able to bring this to our community.
Student,
any student, sir, pre-K to 5th grade.
Whether you're failing or not, gifted or not, any student.
As long as they were enrolled with ECISD, all students are welcome. And the other thing we want to say is that this is a face-to-face, because we do want to bring the students in and be able to have that one-to-one and be able to work in small groups and be able to have these hands-on activities. And like Dr. Salinas and you were saying, there's nothing like face-to-face instruction.
And just so the public would know that this is going to be face-to-face. This is not virtual. So the child is going to have to physically come to participate in summer school. And what are the hours of the summer school program?
It'll be from 8 o'clock till 4 p.m. Breaking up. It's going to be broken up throughout the day, because we will have fine arts incorporated into the school day. We're going to have the music program. We're going to have physical education.
Good.
We're going to have an enrichment period. We're going to be bringing in what we normally have, our gifted and talented camp, that we usually have a week or two in the summer. It's going to be incorporated into this program, where all students qualify, and will be able to get the same experience that our gifted and talented students were the only ones that qualified in the past.
And the other thing that will be available is the breakfast, the lunch, and everything else that comes with it.
And transportation.
And transportation. So this is a good opportunity during the summer times, not only to catch up with what you may have fallen back behind, but also a safe environment to send your child to be bused, also transported, fed, and helped with their studies to get them ready for the upcoming year.
Yes, that's
So
correct.
it's a great program, and it's one of the first that Edinburg has ever done. And but not only do we have the staff, we have the curriculum, we have the infrastructure to take care of such a demand of a program, and it's a win-win situation all the way around when you look at it. Because at the end of the day, you have a safe environment that your child can go to, but not only a safe environment so they can be babysat, no, so they can be educated and helped and catch up in what they've missed out during this epidemic.
Sir, the fact that the program is going to emphasize small groups, small group instruction, we think that the quality of the program is going to be of the highest
Yes.
that we can offer. Teachers that volunteer for these programs, they don't volunteer, I mean, we pay them, right? But
Yes.
they volunteer we don't force them to teach in the summer.
Yes.
Teachers are highly skilled staff, and with a small group environment from 8 to 4, and you mix in the fine arts and the physical education, we think it's going to be a high quality program. And we know, sir, by all accounts, some of the students, the learning loss is we're not gonna recover, we're not gonna catch up in 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or a year. But this is step one.
Yes, it
This
is.
is step one to start addressing those losses, so that with this program, we think when school starts this year, they're somewhat in the process of catching up.
Yes. And for a lot of these students, especially the freshmen, it's going to be their first time being in a high school environment. And for those translating from elementary to middle school, it's going to be their first time translating. So that would help them, instead of starting the first of the year, they can start in summer school and become familiar with their surroundings, because it is a big change. It is a big, and then also, is it true that we're going to be having, summer school usually was in certain campuses. What campuses are we going to be using this year?
With this
very
Summer
good point.
Enrichment Academy, we're going to have this availability at every single campus.
Every single campus.
So
Awesome.
that's also a great transition for our pre-K students. Like we said, some of these students have been on a screen all year
Yeah.
long. So the transition, even just for our pre-kinder students that have not stepped foot in a classroom, or even our 5-year-olds that are kinder students that are going to be coming
Mm-hmm.
in, this is a good transition for them as well to get acclimated to their own campus.
That's true.
Because that's where they'll be next year.
That's a very important point, because parents are comfortable sending their children to the school they're familiar with.
Yes.
The staff, the location, neighborhood schools. That's a very good point. We think that should help with more students enrolling in the program.
Very good.
One of the things that I also did not mention here, but we're also incorporating social emotional learning. So we do have a component that we're going to be incorporating daily into our lessons. With social emotional, our counseling department is working on lessons already to be prepared for our summer learning.
What are the deadlines for enrollment? Or can they start enrolling now, or when can they?
Actually, right now, our principals are sending out the permission slips home
Okay.
already to get the interest in, so that we can see how many teachers we need to hire.
Okay.
So that's already going out. If you reach out to your campus principal, reach out to your campuses, or call us here at central office, and we'll guide you so that we can get your information and make sure that you get all the information to enroll and to be able to start on June the 14th.
This is a great opportunity in all aspects of, some of you may have been wondering, what am I going to do with my child during the summer? I got to work, or what I do. Things are coming back to normality. People are coming back.
Right.
Well, this is a perfect opportunity for you to send your child to not only a familiar place, a place they're familiar with, but a safe place, and help them with their learning. And this is a great opportunity. So for all of you asking out there, what am I going to do for daycare or childcare or whatever? Well, you can go ahead and send them to us at ECISD, and we'll not only take care of them, feed them, transport them, but also help them with their education and catching up.
Ms. Guzman, what tool are we going to use to diagnose the learning needs of the students attending these programs?
We actually, we're using a lot of data that we have available because our students are accessing computer programs that we're able to get data from. So that's one way. We recently gave a benchmark assessment. And so we had over 90% of our students that took the benchmark assessment. And it is very close to what the state might assess us with. So we're able to also do a longitudinal data. We went back 2-3 years also to look at, are these patterns that we're seeing? What is the area that we need to improve on? And we're building around that, but not just that, we're also having that differentiation to be able to meet the needs of all our students, not just those that require some extra assistance, but also to accelerate the learning and building that rigor for a gifted and talented child who may come in, or a bright child who may not be identified, but is bright in certain areas, so that we can take them from where they are and just build them and build that self-confidence in the students.
Sounds good.
And have pre-K and kinder students, I heard that at the board meeting on Tuesday, pre-K a program strictly for pre-K and K?
Yes, sir. We do have we're also incorporating in that particular, but also at your child's school, we have a program for our students who are identified bilingual in either pre-K or K.
Pre-K students this year?
This year, students who are identified pre-K this year or in kindergarten this year that participated in our bilingual program. We have a state requirement to provide 120 hours in the summer, so to build in for these students. And so we will have a program specifically for them also at their child's school where they were registered. And the only qualification for that is that they are in the bilingual program this year. But if they're not in that particular program, they qualify for the summer enrichment program.
Oh, nice. Okay, good. So, all this information is going out. It's being sent out by the principals at the particular schools. It's in English and Spanish. If they have any questions, they can call us here direct, and we can lead them and guide them in where to go to. And and you need to take advantage of this opportunity while it's available, because once it's shut off, it's shut off. So pre-plan to send your child to ECISD for the summer when these programs are available. And I can't stress this more enough, that it's a win-win situation all the way around. And not only will the child benefit from the learning, but also have a safe environment and have proper nutrition when they come to school, and be ready for the upcoming year.
Ms. Guzman, on the middle schools, what do we have for students that are at the middle school for summer programs?
We have a bridge camp for our Algebra 1 students. These are for students that we're in 7th grade and want to take Algebra 1 as an 8th grade student, where they have the availability to earn a high school credit while in the middle school.
Is there a prerequisite for a middle school student to take Algebra 1 at the middle school?
The only thing that we ask is that we want them to be successful in their 7th grade mathematics, and we do have a teacher recommendation. But we're going to welcome students, and we want to try it.
If a parent says, "I want my child to be given an opportunity for Algebra 1 at the middle school," is the parent?
The parent, yes, the parent and the child does have that option. Of course, we will monitor the child because we do want them to be successful. And if there's if they're not comfortable in it after the first 6 weeks, we come back, we evaluate, and if there needs to be a change that needs to be made, we make the change. But we want to afford the students every opportunity to be in the programs that they want.
I do want to say this: the Edinburg School District is one of the few that offers Algebra 1 at the high school, at the middle school.
At the middle school.
One of the very few school districts in our area offer Algebra 1 at the middle school.
And that's such an advantage. If the child is capable and able to do that, that just opens up the opportunity for him to be even more advanced when he gets into high school with dual credits and really advance them. And I guess that's why we have a lot of individuals graduating with 20, 30, 40, 60 plus college credit hours, but it starts in the middle school.
Sure. Let's say that your son likes math and they're good at math, and they aspire to be engineers or doctors or scientists or in those areas, fields that require math and science. You take Algebra 1 in 8th grade. Let's say this year, 8th grade, Algebra 1. In the summer, before high school, they take geometry.
Correct.
Right? And a lot of students do. And then they jump into Algebra 2 as freshmen. A lot of students do.
Yes, sir.
In Edinburgh, because we offer Algebra 1
It's good.
at the middle school. No other schools offer, especially the charter school. They don't even get close to this kind of rigor at the middle. So they take Algebra 2 as freshmen, and then pre-calculus in the summer, and then they're taking calculus as sophomores.
What an advantage.
And a lot of students do that.
Yeah, yeah.
When we offer these kind of programs
Yeah.
at the middle school.
Yeah, just give them an opportunity. They'll take advantage of it.
Yes.
And they'll be able to be so much far ahead. So much far ahead.
So much further ahead. If the child aspires to be in fields that require mathematics, pre-medical, scientist, statistician, there's many fields. Computer
Very good.
science, and we offer that. So this bridge camp will help the 7th
Prepare
graders
those-
now
To get a jump start for the
to
instruction.
algebra at the beginning of the school year.
Yes, that
and
is
this is in
correct.
the summer.
This is in the summer.
And what hours are we talking about?
These are going to be from 8:15 to 3:30 p.m. And this is for all middle school programs will be from 8:15 to 3:30 p.m. Now, not only do we have a bridge camp for Algebra 1, we're doing the same for English 1. So students will also have that opportunity to get a high school credit in middle school with English 1. Again, same criteria, being successful in 7th grade, teacher recommendation. They have the availability and the option to take English 1 as an 8th grader in the middle school. So.
Great.
This is something that we've been doing for many years, and we continue to do that. We see the success in it, and we invite again our students to come in and be able to get that jump start, so that when they jump into it in middle school, they're ready to go.
And the value of that, and I started telling you about that. Typically students that take Algebra 1 take English 1. Typically in Edinburgh, and students, as Ms. Guzman was saying. If the parents want that challenge and they want their children to be challenged, there's no prerequisite except that the parents want the school to give their children an opportunity. Give them a chance. If he can't do it, that's fine, but give him a chance. Children that take Algebra 1 and English 1, by the time they're juniors, Ms. Guzman, and you know because you have
Yes, sir.
children yourself, by the time they're juniors, they're done with their prerequisite to graduate from Texas high school. However, the reason we push these students to take these classes is so that when they're seniors, they take the most rigorous classes that we offer. AP Science, AP Literature, AP Mathematics,
Biology.
so that they sharpen the saw while they're seniors, so when they go off to college the following year, they're ready to compete at Texas A&M, at Texas Tech, at UT, or here at UTRGV. They can go in there and compete favorably with their peers. And that's what we want our children that take these classes, these advanced classes at middle school, the end of, like you say, the end in mind. When they're seniors, we want them to take all these advanced classes because they've done the prerequisites.
Yes.
So that when they go to college, they're ready to do rigorous work at the college level.
Yes, very true. Very true.
I know both of you had children in college, and I
Yes,
know
we do.
both of you, their children are doing really well.
Yes,
Yes, we
well, my youngest went to A&M, and he went to Vela, and when he went to A&M, he was ready. It was no surprise to him, and so ECISD did a great job preparing him. And he went to Mays Business School, which is a little bit more demanding, and he did well. I mean, did a lot better than his peers, to be quite honest with you. But it's because ECISD properly equipped them, trained them, and got them ready for the college experience.
I mean, I know your daughter doing like a 4.0, right?
Yes, my daughter's at Texas Tech with a 4.0 right now, and it's due to the programs that ECISD has afforded our students and our children. And not only it's just we're building well-rounded students. You know, my daughter is also president of 2 organizations at the university and just involves so many things. But those are the leadership skills. Those are the skills that we teach here at Edinburg CISD that prepare our students to be ready to embark in their journey in college life.
And I want to say this. I know your son was in athletics, and I know your daughter was in fine arts.
Yes.
I want to say that because we offer programs that some of these schools do not offer. And we offer programs that are going to produce well-rounded students.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we are.
Yes, we do. And speaking of fine arts, our middle school summer program is also including a fine arts component as well.
Nice.
And a UIL academics component. So that's also going to be incorporated into all our summer programs from elementary through high school. So we know the importance of that, and we know the benefits of being in UIL and in fine arts. And so we want to make sure that we give our children every opportunity to be able to be part of it.
Very well. Good.
Sir, we're going to wrap up this episode of Superintendent's Perspective. I do want to tell the parents out there that have high school students or students going to the high school, at the next perspective, we want to focus on high school curriculum and the career and technology program that we offer at the high schools. That'll be for our next program.
Excellent.
And at this time, I want to thank everyone out there for joining us in the Superintendent's Perspective. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Thank you.